What is up, you damn gorgeous and beautiful gamers, and welcome back to role-playing games. This is Mariel Kana in the internet, where we like to discuss about RPGs. If you like the content, if you like these conversations with Mariel James, I would very much like to invite you to hit that like button, because it really helps me like you have no idea. That being said, let's get right into the matter. Like always, I'll have timestamps on the video, so you can jump to whatever part of the video that you want to jump to. We're going to divide this one in 3 parts. First, some pros and cons of the build, then some PvP showcase, and then at the end of the video I'll showcase you the build, so that with also some advices, so that you can tweak and change some things from this build to make it more viable for either PvP or PvE. But that being said, a pro of this build is that it's very good for PvP and PvE. PvP wise, it has a huge range to attack the enemies. It has huge advantage on spacing. PvE wise, we have the Flame of Frenzy, which it's very nice and it's very low consuming on FP. So if you actually manage it quite decently, you can just spam it as at your hot content, and as soon as your meter goes up, you can actually change it. But anyways, another pro of the build is that the weapon art of this thing is a force to be reckoned with. It has a huge poise, and since we have already some decent amount of poise on our build, like you can see right there, we have 50 poise. It's nice to have that one. So it's very damaging, and it's a very versatile build. Now, some cons of the build is that on PvP wise, this attack, while powerful, and if you spam it, you're going to actually get punished, because it takes too much for you to land the attack, and the enemy can get a free backstab on you if you actually spam the attack. So you have to be changing them, you have to be fighting correctly, I guess. And when it comes to the Flame of Frenzy, if you're fighting from a distance with someone from a distance, yeah, you're probably going to get outclassed. Ideally, this is going to get decent damage on the enemy, but also the main purpose of this thing is to be able to build up that madness meter onto the enemies. A pro, on the other hand, is that if you build madness on top of them, you have a free hit. Also, another pro is that the shield that we have, we can use this to play Conti. Both on PvP and PvP, this is really damn powerful. On PvE, this is going to make your life easier, especially if you place Barricade on top of the shield. So that being said, those are some pros and cons of the build. We'll jump right now into the PvP section, and after that we'll talk about the build in itself. Alright, so let's see what we have in here. We have Duel Hasagi. Now, I'm going to place Earthree's Favor on top of me, but this is not actually to heal myself. This has a very specific purpose. I want the enemy to get frustrated when they see me healing a little bit. Most of the builds in these games are going to one-shot you, so I'm not counting it as means of healing myself, but rather to keep the enemy aggressive onto me. And I want to keep that aggressiveness because I want to poke with this thing a little bit. Once he gets frustrated that I am actually healing and that I am poking him, I want him to get a distance with me. He's probably going to... There, you see? He's trying to get away from me, he's trying to keep his distance. That's when I can cast my... Hold on, there we go. You see? I'm not going to deal that huge of a damage sometimes with this thing, but the madness is going to start to build up. He has a crossbow that plays Scarlet right onto me. I'm not going to worry too much about it. It's probably going to place Rod on me, but right now I'm out damaging him. And Scarlet Rod is mainly going to make you... Hold on. He's going to mainly make you... That's a GG. Get nervous, but don't be. As you can see there, that's a GG. Alright, so now we have a great sword. Is that... let me see, let's buff first. And then, yeah, he's cosplaying as the Black Blade Malekith. I can probably leverage his weapon art if he makes it, because it leaves him open. Most of the weapon arts are going to leave you open, so you can leverage that. Going to poke a little bit. Let's see if I can. I was too slow. I could probably have casted Flame of Frenzy. This is very powerful. He's going to follow him around, but a proper player is going to leverage that day right there. So you want to be very situational when you use that thing. It also uses quite a lot of FP. Also, remember, he's going to get frustrated, he's going to get aggressive because I am healing. I'm not counting that. Oh, the Tears of the Nile is real. I'm not counting on healing that much on this thing, but I want him to get frustrated and to come at me so I can poke a little bit more. Kamikaze. This weapon art is... I shouldn't be doing these things because it's actually quite punishable as well. But right now, just one poke and he's dead. I just have to find the distance. Have to leverage the distance right there. He could have killed me there, but he didn't. So yeah, that's a GG. Well fought. Right. So what do we have next? Hasagi again. If you learned anything from the past fight that we have, he's probably going to change his playstyle. He doesn't really want to be as far from me because I outrange him. He has that crossbow with the scarlet rod onto it. But let's see how this plays out. He's probably going to be more aggressive this time around. He seems to be. But also he knows that I am poking him and he can leverage the main weapon that he's using. Yeah. A more experienced player. Like I said, this is a very strong weapon, not... but you can easily punish weapon arts, the most broken weapon arts in this game. Right now, he has me on my toes. He probably... Yeah, he's playing better. Now he's going to leverage the Scarlet Rod crossbow that he has right there. He's probably going to keep doing it. Yep, because he knows that I am poking, so he cannot rely on attacking on itself, so he wants to... So now I have to be more aggressive. Let's do that. Let's start to get more aggressive, close the distance between us, because if not, that Scarlet Rod is going to hurt. But now he knows that I am aware of it, and he's going to start spamming, stop spamming it. So right now we're pretty even. The distance, remember, you don't want to be defenseless with this build from a distance. You need to have tools. Oh, my mistake right there. Tears of the Nile though. Now I can get frustrated because my health is going down and I have the Scarlet Rod. But since he's waiting on me, then I might as well throw that one right there. So let's see, who do we have now? Giuseppe. Joseph? Joseph. What do we have in here? He's wearing Lionel's armor, so he's probably going to try to leverage and poise, which is not that bad to me because he's going to be open for my Flame of Frenzy attacks. So I'm probably going to leverage that. He's also a Pyromancer. Let's play some Frenzy on time. Yeah, I don't really care that much. I need to be proccing my Frenzy onto him as much as possible. I should have rolled towards him right now. Poke him again. Yep. Oh, duel from a distance, huh? Alright, that was funny. Since he actually has some distance assets, since I outclass him from close range, I'm going to leverage that. This should be GG. And yeah, there you go. Let's say GG. So let's see, what do we have now? With Nick. Let's see, what do we have on Nick? Seems to have... Get closer, my dude, get closer to me so I can properly see you. Katana. We're fighting katanas. Yeah, that's the Hannah Millennia. That's a long ass sword. So I can probably punish him when he's making the weapon art. I also outclass him with my pokes. I know it's kind of cunty, but you know, do not get away from this build, like, never. Because we have the Flame of Frenzy. Oh god. Ah! Nailed it. Very well. Oh! We are healer. We are healer, my boy. Oh, he blocked it. Oh god, he got me. He definitely got me this time. Anyways, we have enough poise to get away from that. This is something that you should not do against this build. You see, now he doesn't have any distance assets against me. He's going to get that. That's a GG, my boy. I'm sorry. You should never get away from this build, because then that is going to happen. So, Flame of Frenzy, pretty powerful. GG. Well, let's see, what do we have with this guy? Jim there. Alright, I think that we have a... Come on, get closer to me, my dude. I think that we have a... Is that a katana? I cannot properly see. Oh, it's a Puku katana. It's going to try to make me bleed. Do you bleed? I'll make you bleed. Poke him. Yeah. Seppuku is really damn powerful in PvP, both in PvP and PvE. But since we are going to poke, he's going to probably do not get away from me. When you get away from this build, like, we have the Flame of Frenzy, and dude, close the distance, otherwise I'm just going to be spamming my Flame of Frenzy. Just, yeah. You're pretty much dead now, dude. You should close the distance. And now he's going to parry. Alright, I'll out-attack before you parry, and that's a GG. Yeah. GG, my boy. Alright, so this is probably going to be the last duel. Should probably be Fish Molly. It should be memorable. Let's see, what do we have in here. What do you have, my boy? He seems to be wearing Tears of the Nile as well. Is he? Oh, he seems to be a funny guy. Hello. Oh, we have a Boink. I should probably poke him. Alright, let's see what are you... What are you... Dude, what are you doing? Oh god. Get away from me, dude! I should start poking him in here. Oh, he realized. Do not close the distance. Close the distance, dude. I'm going to frenzy you. Close the distance. Do not get away from me. Oh, he realized. He realized. That's a funny build. That's a funny guy. I liked him. GG, dude. Stats first, and then we'll focus a little bit onto the what can we do to change them. As a base, oh, hold on, let me take away the Redagon Soul Seal, because that's altering my stats quite a little bit. But the base stats that we have right there, it's 50 bigger. If we place Redagon Soul Seal, we can raise it up to 55. We can get pretty decent health. We're going to need as much health as possible if we play PvP with this build. Mind, that's just enough to be casting our spells both on PvP and PvE. Endurance, that's enough to be wearing the armor that we're wearing. It's actually quite heavy. The weapon is also quite heavy as well, so you have to be mindful about that. Dexterity 40, and in Faith 60. Our weapon scales with mainly Dexterity and Faith as well. So, if some changes that we can make to this build, if you play PvE, you could actually tone down that bigger to 40, let's say, for example, and place those points into Fate to be able to raise it to 70, and with some little more items you can raise up that damage of your Incantations to the hard cap, which is 80. If you actually want to have it more balanced, you can take away the bigger points to place it onto Dexterity, and with some items as well, you can have them both on 60. So that is nice to have a very good, well-rounded build, high damaging, high durable. On PvE, you still want to have 40 bigger to be able to withstand the one-shotting enemies' attacks, but that's more than enough to be healing with your Crimson Tear and out-heal like the damage that you're getting. Now when it comes to PvE, this thing is goddamn powerful as well. On the main weapon, this is something very powerful to do, especially if you pair it up with Barricade Shield. Granted, Barricade Shield got nerfed, but it should still work enough if you actually time correct your blocks with it. But that being said, onto the spells. This is one of my favorites. Like, this is a goddamn sniper rifle. Take a look at this. You can charge it, and it deals tremendous amounts of damage. But most important than that, this is actually a sniper rifle shotgun. Because as you will see right here, let me have this guy call his friends. Now that he's called them, I'm actually going to get rid of that one because that one is quite annoying. He blocked, but anyways. So as you can see right here, this will... oh god. This will pierce through enemies. As long as you have them in front of you in a straight line, you should be able to kill many of them. But yeah, it's a very, very powerful spell. Especially the damage that you can actually do with that spell. It's quite amazing. It can deal like 15k damage. So, quite amazing. Now, we also have this one. All of these spells that I am showing you guys, they are like the bread and butter of the build. But that one was like a sniper rifle spell. Now this other one, this is like the shotgun version of the spell. You have a whole lot of enemies in front of you. And... oh god. Oh no, that's not the one. Flame of Frenzy, yeah. And there you go. You can, like, the area of effect of this thing. Oh god. You're so annoying, sir. Could you please get away from me? Yeah, the area of effect of that spell, it's it's nothing to be messed around with. So, to clear clustered enemies and to not waste that much of FP, it's not that high consuming on FP as you can see, but it also, to clear like great clusters of enemies, you don't have to actually be throwing individual straight line spells onto them, but rather you can just use this one. And that should be it. Now, this is always so very useful to have, Golden Bow. It's going to increase our AR, this right here, that is right here, 800, that's our AR. But we also have another spell that, while not damaging, Howl of Shabiri. When you use this thing, it's going to cause a whole lot of frenzy build-up on top of you. But take a look at that beautiful AR. 1,000. 1k AR. That's crazy. That's huge. So, I like to make a combo with this thing. Remember that our weapon damage, the Ash of War scales based on AR. Now, you call your friends, huh? Like I said, this thing, it's not going to deal that much damage. But the buff is what interests us the most. Because with the buff, I can just use this and melt through the enemies like if there were no tomorrow. And do bear in mind that this thing has tremendously high hyper armor. So there are some tweaks that you can make. Onto the items, we have Radagon, Soul Seal. And also, on PvP, we want Crimson Amber Medallion +2. That will give us 2k health, which is more than enough to be able to be viable on PvP. Ideally, you would want to have those extra 5 points into bigger, so you could tone down dexterity to 40 and place it on 60 bigger, so that it would be on the highest cap possible. We have Earth's Favor, which is going to give us more health, stamina and equip load. And the Great Shield Talisman. while you're playing on PvP, that's going to allow you to tank more hits, especially if the enemy has the talisman that breaks your god easily. It makes more damage to your stamina. But if you play PvE, you could swap this one very well to Spear Talisman, which enhances counterattacks unique to thrusting weapons. As soon as someone hits you and you're doing this, your damage output is going to be incremented. Onto the gear that we have. Well, I'm actually going to leave this as the PvP template so that you can see what I have right here. This is the PvP template. Like I said, you can swap all these things to your hot content if you want to actually use it for PvE. Now you might actually be wondering why are not we using like the finger specific incantation seal, and it's for the reason that it scales with intelligence. That would be too much investment. We're not actually using Earth's seal as well because it has lowered incantation scaling. So finger seal, basic finger seal, that's what you need. Bike's wall spear plus 10. Like I said, this scales with dexterity and fate, so it's perfect for our hybrid build. This shield, it's not that heavy and it has a very good god boost. You have to make sure to improve it as well to get that more god boost increment. The talismans, we already talked about the talisman for PvP. This is for PvE. This is the PvE setup. Temporarily boost lightning attacks. No, actually, let me change that. Let's first talk about the PvP setup for our physics. We want Tears of the Nile. Where's my Tears of the Nile? We could be using as well the Opaline Heart here, or was it? Yeah. This actually functions as a... Oh, this is one. Opaline Bubble Tea. Normally we would be using this on PvP, but since it's bugged right now, it's going to proc as soon as someone hits you, even when you're evading or something like that. Even when you're in your invincibility frames and the enemy didn't actually hit you, it's going to proc. So if they fix that, then you might actually be able to use it. But right now we're better off with dexterity, which is going to increase our damage quite substantially. And then on PvE, you're not you can actually keep the Tears of the Nile one, but there are other amazing tiers. I don't really have the fire one, but I believe that these spells that we have right here, these are fire damage based. I'm not quite sure about that. You can actually correct me in the comments below, but if they are fire based, you could very well use a fire physic. And that is pretty much everything that you need for the build, guys. Let me know what you think about it. And remember that if no one has told you today that you're gorgeous and beautiful, remember that if no one has told you today that you're a gorgeous and beautiful person, you are. You see, I can properly speak. Like the video, and subscribe before you close the door, and have a beautiful, beautiful day. I'll see you goddamn gorgeous and beautiful people in the next one. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye-bye.